the work that you put in will pay off.
Whitmore toward the wall and gone. First WPBL blast for Kelsey Whitmore.
Off of one of the best pitchers in the country.
Back-to-back at-bats for Kelsey Whitmore going yard. Kelsey Whitmore sends this high and deep to left. Back to the wall. It's a 3-home run night for Kelsey Whitmore.
Why even bother taking the chain off Kelsey Whitmore?
I really wanted to wear that this season. That's why I really hit the home run, yeah.
The Firebells have unleashed a monster. Marvelous Miss Maybell at the Illinois State Fair, right up the road, twilight night kickoff. Well, she was front and center, and tonight, front and center, the two teams atop the WPBL standings, the fourth straight meeting between the Los Angeles Queens and the San Francisco Firebells. Along with our WPBL expert, Jenna Becerra, our Gold Glover on the field, AJ Andrews, I'm Max Kelton. It's the fourth straight meeting between these two teams, and we have seen Kelsey Whitmore, the #1 overall pick, finally unleashed.
Well, she is no stranger to making history, and she set the bar incredibly high with some single-game records in the WPBL. 3 home runs and 6 RBIs. Her first extra base hits of the season, and it was so nice she did it thrice. They all went out to left, showing off the pull power. She leads the team in long balls, runs, and RBIs. Now it is safe to say that she has settled in.
She's a two-way player as well. She found it at the plate. Now she'll face this LA Queens team that got the best of her in her first start. And we saw the long ball from Kelsey Whitmore. Jamie McKay has done the same as well. She's found the power stroke.
In the first of 4 straight matchups between these two teams, Jamie McKay left the yard. Her first home run of the season was a 2-run shot, and she tacked on another RBI single later in the ball game to help get the 12-3 victory. The Queens racked up 8 hits off of 7 different bats against Whitmore. McKay, Edwards, Maximiliana Benitez had outstanding outings. They'll look to do the same thing here tonight.
We will go down to the field next to have AJ Andrews down there with Amir Hondris. Don't go anywhere. WPBL action starts right now.
For Game 4 between the Queens and the Firebells. I'm AJ Andrews. Andrews, and today I'm joined by the leadoff hitter for the Queens, Amira Hondras. Amira, we haven't had a chance to talk to you since you had to leave the game after getting hit in the head when you faced the Hunters. How are you feeling? You look amazing, but how do you feel?
I feel great. I'm ready to get back on the field and help the team get a dub today.
Trying to get back on the field, help the team get a dub. I talked to you a little bit before your first game back, and you talked about trying to get that rhythm. And in your very first game, you came on the scene 2 for 4. You scored in the tying run for the Queens. And in your first game back, you're also 2 for 4. When we talked about finding that rhythm, what did you work on to make sure you got that back?
I just like I said when you talked to me earlier, just trying to give myself a little grace going into that first game back, and just trying to find the rhythm. And first at bat, found it, seen the ball well, and felt like I seen the ball well the whole game, and hopefully I could do it again today.
Amira, you are so impressive because if you don't know, Amira is only 18 years old, the youngest player here in the WPBL, but you have been a longtime member of MLB Develops as well as the White Sox ACE program, actually MVP of MLB Develops. How do you feel like that's prepared you for this big moment to be back on the main stage now playing professional baseball?
I feel like just the coaches and all the information that I got from either ACE or MLB Develops helped me to be in these positions like this and being able to come through in timely situations.
You are definitely someone that comes through big. You guys took game 1 against the Firebells, but lost the last 2 games. What are the Queens doing right when you guys are playing your game and the way you want to play so you can come out and split the series and take this win against the Firebells?
Yeah, we're just coming out here, going back to how we were the first couple games, just trying to come out here and play our game, and come out here and having a competing mindset and bring it out for all of us here.
All right, that's Amira Hondras. Queens looking to be crowned again with a competitive mindset. You will see it coming up next. Game between the Queens and the Firebells after the break. Game 4.
Eric Young, the manager of the Los Angeles Queens, looking to turn things around after dropping the last couple of games against the San Francisco Firebells, the 15-year pro and his team, who also own the best ERA in the WPBL. Tonight's starting lineup for the Los Angeles Queens is presented by Horace Mann. Ashton Lansdale, the captain of this team, Jamie McKay, Maggie Fox. The heart of the order is where the damage comes.
Maggie Fox, third on the team in RBIs. We've seen her towards the top of the order in that 2 spot quite a bit. She's in the number 5 slot. And then Monet Davis moves up to second as well from the leadoff that we've seen her, as well as in that 9 spot. So excited to see her set the table.
This is an offense that through a few games this season, they opened things up 3-0 and they had led the league in scoring. They've slowed down as of late, and Kelsey Whitmore looks to keep that trend going. She has been great offensively over the last few games. Now just has to find it on the mound, the two-way player.
And she's tied for a league-high 3rd game starting on the mound along with Ayami Sato. Also second on the team with 6 innings pitched. She's starting to settle in. She allowed 7 earned runs last time out, but did notch 3 strikeouts, a true two-way, to your point, Max. So we're going to see her get to flip the switch back and forth between the pitcher mindset and the hitter.
The WPBL #1 overall pitcher, and this is the defense to back her up today. You see Jua Park getting the start in left field. That's her first start in the outfield this season.
Yeah, the infield has been fairly consistent. The tweaks we're seeing are in the outfield. Eister getting her first game to start in center field. Park we've seen at third base. She's really a middle infielder by trade, but her first start in the grass out there in left.
And Alexia George behind the plate, quite the battery. As the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Amira Hondris. Hondris, the second baseman who leads things off, batting .444 to open up the season. You know, she had a scary moment a couple of games ago and then returned to the lineup last game. And you can see how excited she was to be back in, and also how much it pained her to sit out for 1 game. Whitmore ahead 0-2. That's flung out toward right field. Going back, Samaria Benitez, who makes the grab. Oh, check that. That's Skylar Kaplan. Thank you.
I think that's exactly the tone you want to set if you're Kelsey Whitmore. Just get that first out. Get that first one under your belt. It's all about getting a rhythm.
High and tight to Monet Davis. Many would make the case that these were the 2 most well-recognized names coming into the WPBL season. Kelsey Whitmore, the #1 overall pick. Davis, also a first-rounder. Davis ahead here, 2 balls and 1 strike. She started in that last game in the 9 hole of the order, bumps up to the 2 spot today, had a single late. Strike 2.
I think that was a crucial single for her late in the ball game last time as well. It's been a slower offensive start for her. That's why we've seen her shifted around out of that leadoff spot.
2-2 pitch, yanked outside for ball 3. This San Francisco team has dominated the Queens over the last couple of games. It's off the inside of the bat, and Whitmore makes the play for out number 2.
Great spot for Kelsey Whitmore. Jams her up on that. Help yourself out. Defensively, we know she's incredibly capable. Seen her out in center field as well. Really a 5th infielder when she's on the mound.
Now to Ashton Lansdell. Lansdell, who lives in Marietta, Georgia. She trains during the offseason with her teammate Maggie Meidlinger. USA Women's Baseball National Team teammates as well. It's one of the things that is so great about this league. The background for a lot of these players and their history playing together. These 2, strike 2 rolls in from Whitmore, played together in the World Cup just before the WPBL season got underway.
A lot of these women have talked about how cool it is to finally be teammates with some opponents.
Hot shot and through for a base hit. Lansdale aboard with a 2-out knock.
Nice piece of hitting from the captain. She turns on this nicely through that 5-6 hole, just hard through the infield, exactly the approach you want. And this is a Queens team that scored over 30 runs in the first 3 games, just 5 in the last 2, so they're trying to get it going again.
Now down to Jamie McKay. Strike one. McKay had 2 home runs through the first week of the WPBL season. Stab behind the plate. Alexia George. Start to recognize some of the important positions here in the WPBL early on, and one of those that really stands out is having a steady catcher back there defensively.
Oh, you have to. You're really in control of quite a bit of the game. You're the communicator.
On the ground to short. Easy play at second for Joelle Leguizamon. And that'll do it for the top half of the first. Kelsey Whitmore stands tall. Now to the Firebells offense.
This one's not lining up at all? All right.
Matt Williams, the San Francisco Giants great. He's the manager for the San Francisco Firebells as well. Been super methodical about his coaching style early on through this first season. And this has worked out fairly well for him through the last 2 games. The offense has caught fire. Tonight's starting lineup for the San Francisco Firebells presented by Horace Mann. You look at Kelsey Whitmore in the 2 spot, but what really struck me is how good Jill Albayati has been right behind her.
Leads the team with 8 hits, leads the league with 4 doubles in that span as well. Hitting after Kelsey Whitmore, not an easy thing to do, but last time out, even with those 3 home runs, Albayati went 3 for 4 and kept the momentum going for the Firebells.
Yeah, sometimes it can be tough when you step up to the plate and the bases are empty, and Albayati really kept it rolling. As for Suzu Narasaki, she makes her WPBL debut. She's listed as an outfielder, hails from Japan, but today starting on the bump. And the first pitch into Gentiloni.
Narasaki was a 3rd-round selection in the draft for the Queens. Now active, she's the 8th arm that LA has utilized out of the bullpen.
The 1-0. Gentiloni made the start the last game. She was replaced early in the game on the defensive side by Jua Park. But this is a big name for the Firebells. She really gets the offense riding early as ball 3 misses high and tight.
Well, and even as the leadoff, she's tied for 2nd on the team with 6 RBIs. you're not even getting a chance to have runners on base early on in the game like this when you're leading off, but she still finds a way when she is in those situations to take advantage.
Also speaks to the volume this lineup has. Top to bottom, the Firebells have so many players who can do some damage on any given night. It doesn't have to be the same hero every night they're out there. The 3-1. Gentiloni got a piece of it, and the count runs full here to the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the first inning. Amanda Gentiloni at second base today, followed by Kelsey Whitmore, Jill Albayati. Narasaki into the payoff pitch, and that's outside for a ball 4.
That's a quality plate appearance for the leadoff.
Caitlin Einon gets the start at short after sitting last game. Aside from that, not a ton of shifts. We do see Benitez out in right field.
Yeah, Fox back behind the dish defensively as well. And Benitez, typically a middle infielder, her first start out in right field.
That's strike 1 to Kelsey Whitmore. And one of the things that we've recognized early is that nobody has a set position. Everybody's moving around. Feels like every team has a whole lot of utility players that have to be flexible. Popped up, first base side of the infield. Sarah Edwards. And there's one down. Yeah, think back to a couple of days ago. Kelsey Whitmore popped up in her first at-bat. The 3 ensuing at-bats, all 3 home runs.
All 3 left the yard, but a big out right there for Narasaki. And really, Edwards doing a nice job of calling everyone off on that and taking control to squeeze that one.
That's over the head of Jill Albayati. Think back to your playing days, Jenna. That first out in the first inning, it eases some tension.
First out, once the first pitch is thrown, too, there's a little bit of nerves that you can let go and just exhale. Okay, the game is underway now.
It's upstairs. Throw down to second from Fox. Not in time. Amanda Gentiloni dove in there.
Nice attempt there by Fox. A good throw. Got rid of it quickly. So that pitch was high, and she got rid of it in a hurry. Sneaks the hand in. But a great tag. This is Hondras coming over from second base to lay it on her.
Quite a tight play. But Albayati ahead in the count. Now 3 balls and no strikes. San Francisco, not necessarily a team that is aggressive on the base path. Methodical about navigating, working in their offensive production. (3-1). That's outside, ball 4.
Both Gentiloni and Albayati doing a nice job of staying disciplined, seeing pitches. Already double digits here for Narasaki. It doesn't just allow you to see more pitches, your teammate on deck, your teammates in the dugout as well. They can almost get those virtual at-bats under their belt and understand what she's throwing and what her sequences look like.
Now to clean things up, Andrian LeBlanc. That's strike 1. Just a bit upstairs to LeBlanc, the Canadian. Runners on first and second. You know, there are so many different backgrounds. Players who have played against each other for their national teams, now in a melting pot league. LeBlanc pieces this foul behind home plate.
LeBlanc has competed with Team Canada quite a bit. She was actually a guest on the WPBL podcast with host Ashton Lansdell, the Queens captain. So they were friendly for a little bit, despite going up against each other today. But LeBlanc was talking about she's a switch hitter. She was actually a right-handed hitter for most of her life. About 6 years ago, she started taking reps on the left side.
Swings and misses here. That's strike 3. 2 down.
Take a look. Getting her a little bit off balance. Out in front, that's what you're trying to do when you change speeds as a pitcher. Well executed.
Now in the 5 spot, Alexia George. You got some speed at second base, Gentiloni. Question is, how much would the Firebells want to test the arm with 2 down and a base hit to the outfield? That's flung out of play and foul. Los Angeles Queens opened up this season with 3 straight wins. Many thought they'd be far and away the best team in the WPBL. They have since come back down to earth after a couple of drops to the San Francisco Firebells in this 4-game set. Win here for the Queens would even the series at 2 apiece. Firebells could take the series with a win, and with that, a win streak as well. Driven deep out to left field, and it turns around. Maximiliana Gentiloni scores from second. And the Firebells will have runners at the corners as Alexia George gets the first run on the board.
The Firebells maintaining their momentum. George waits on it perfectly. Center of the ball nearly leaves the yard. Straight back over the head of Maximiliana. Had to do a hip turn, couldn't quite hang on to it and get the right angle. And aggressive base running to put Albayati all the way to third base.
Now Skylar Kaplan, the right fielder. Seems like both sides haven't been getting that high strike call early today. Kaplan gets out of the way of ball 2.
First and third situation, pitch before, we saw Fox giving some signals to her defense.
That's ball 3. Looked like Maggie Fox trying to frame the pitch. Just not getting the call from Janet Thomas, the home plate umpire back there. Emily Herpick, the field umpire. There it is, strike 1. We've seen quite a few comebacks. No doubt the team that strikes first has a little bit of wiggle room. And with Kelsey Whitmore on the mound, you imagine that she can get into a groove quite quickly. The pitch. That's lined into center field for a base hit. Jill Albayati comes home. Back-to-back run-scoring singles for the Firebells, who double the lead. Skylar Kaplan brings one in.
Executing with runners on base. Compact swing, just slices right through the middle of this pitch. Nice and simple to bring in another run. The RBI singles, we know that we can see some home runs from the Firebells now, but the RBI singles, that's going to help you manufacture.
Joely Leguizamon takes a ball high and tight. Firebells fell behind by 2 runs in the first inning last game. Would score 8 unanswered as that is laced fair up the left field line. Alexia George to the plate. The throw not in time as it skips away from Fox. Everybody takes the extra bag. 2 more in scoring position. Firebells by 3. Joely Leguizamon, the 3rd straight hit for the Firebells. All 3 of them have scored a run.
Attacking early, inside pitch, turns on it. And take a look at the relay, aggressive to send. Going to home. Fox trying to lay the tag down a touch too early and off the bounce. Runners advancing.
Some good situational hitting from Skylar Kaplan. See the phone out there.
I think it's a translation aid for the communication. We also see Emma Charlesworth-Sealer out there, in addition to the manager, Eric Young.
I was talking with her earlier today about how the LA Queens have a few more POs. They call them pitchers only than some of the other teams. It's become a custom in the WPBL, so many two-way players. She said part of it is just players playing the positions that they're comfortable in. Players like Ayami Sato, Maggie Meidlinger, who are traditionally just pitchers, and I think that it's just playing to their strength. That's the goal with Eric Young at the helm. Popped up, right side of the infield. And Suzu Narasaki makes the catch for the final out. 3 runs come in with 2 more left on base, but the Firebells back up their starter, Kelsey Whitmore. Friday at the ballpark, yeah, bring your stuffed animals. Why not? I'm sure she's not the only one who's brought her favorite stuffed animal today. Whole family comes in for Friday in the 4th straight meeting, closing out the series between the LA Queens, San Francisco Firebells. Yeah, those Queens hats doing wonders. Queens, on the other hand, they've got to come from behind today. Dropped into a 3-run deficit behind the Firebells in the first. Maggie Fox will lead things off here in the 2nd inning. Two balls and no strikes.
It was a season low, 2 runs coming across for the Queens last time out against the Firebells. They did have 8 hits. It's not like they didn't get the hits, but they didn't get the timely hits with runners on base and taking advantage of those moments like we've seen the Firebells do so far. So the approach right now for Fox is just to get on base to allow her team to start to move her around and start to manufacture.
Yeah, totally. Part of that's that strategic hitting as that's beast into center field, dropping quickly, and the ball caught by Jordan Eister. Let's send it, well, with Sarah Edwards coming up, let's send it down to our Gold Glover, AJ Andrews.
Hello, hello. Yes, I want to talk a little bit more about Kelsey Whitmore and her being a two-way player and her mindset on the mound as well as at the plate. I asked her if it differs, if she has a different mindset between the two, and she said, no, AJ, I just like to stay present. I tell myself this pitch. She even has it written on her hat, this pitch, to make sure she's focused on the next, never the past or what she has to do in the future. And I talked to her about a little bit when she has to make those adjustments on the mound or at the plate. Is she thinking about what the pitcher is going to do, or is she thinking about what she has to do against the batter? And she says, honestly, it's the same. I always just think this pitch. I'm focused on my strengths rather than trying to focus on the pitcher or the batter strengths. What I have to do either to get them out or for me to get on base. And so that's Kelsey Whitmore, the two-way player for you. Everything is just this pitch.
That's great stuff, AJ. As the 1-2 pitch is popped up behind home plate. And just out of the reach of Alexia George.
We talk all the time about how athletes, you have to take things one pitch at a time. It's a very simple concept. It doesn't mean it's easy. It's even more so the case when you're playing both ways like Kelsey Whitmore is.
It's got to be exhausting being out there for the entirety of the game, and that's the expectation. Not just exhausting physically, but mentally too, recognizing who's coming up in the next inning, how you're going to attack that person, and then throwing in a couple at bats as well. Well, part of that for sure is why she was picked as the #1 overall pick in the WPBL. That's the expectation for Whitmore. San Diego native, however, also has a ton of experience. It's grounded over to second base. Gentiloni gets low for it and fires onto first for 2 down.
Whitmore's doing a nice job of getting hitters to just miss. Miss a little bit on top of the ball to roll up a grounder to your defense. Miss a little bit under to let the outfield do its thing. It's really all you're trying to do at the end of the day as a pitcher.
First pitch to Caitlin Einon swung on and missed. After sitting last game, she's back in the lineup at short, batting 7th today. And Whitmore quickly ahead, 0-2 in the count. Somewhat of a gloomy day here in Springfield, Illinois. The rain went away and we were able to play. Did she go? Foul tipped and squeezed behind home plate. Alexia George able to glove it. And Kelsey Whitmore has her first strikeout of the day. She has been sharp on the mound. Firebells looking to add a little bit more insurance at the plate. giving away those Firebells scarves tonight here at the ballpark. I got to make sure to grab one. It was the first 250 who got them, so they might be out already, but they are certainly stylish, and I know I can work that into my repertoire. You know, back here for the bottom of the second inning, Jua Park in the 9 spot to lead things off before it turns to the top of the order. She drives this deep into center field, but there's Monet Davis for out number 1. Let's go down to our third member of the crew, AJ Andrews, who's got one of those scarves with her.
Hello, hello, yes. Here at the WPBL, we have food, we have fastballs, and we have fashion, okay? It's the Fireball Scarf Night. I'm here with Christina. She also has it signed. How amazing. Oh, you have the whole set on. How are you putting this together? How much do you love having the scarf?
I love it. I was the third in line to get it today. I had to get it.
Third in line, so full Firebells fan. Why are they your favorite team?
I actually just started watching baseball, and I came Wednesday night, and I just am a fan. And this is the team I chose. I love them all, though. They're all doing great.
Listen, she has so much fun, came first time, now is a baseball fan, and specifically Firebells, and she looks good while doing it.
Celebrating my 125th day of sobriety.
Okay, we love that here at the ballpark. Listen, make sure you're coming here at WPBL. Food, fastballs, fashion. We have more nights just like this. Can't wait to see you soon.
Thank you, AJ, and congrats to you on 125 days sober. That's terrific. As for Amanda Gentiloni, she had a single into center field with 1 out. And with the 2-hole hitting Kelsey Whitmore stepping in, this means danger. Suzu Narasaki. Whitmore sends this back behind home plate and foul.
Kelsey Whitmore trying to get her timing down. She popped up the first time up offensively. It's a very methodical delivery that we're seeing from Narasaki. Starts slow to then explode on her follow through.
Whitmore 0 for 1 today. Same way she started out that 3-home run game a couple evenings back. She had a slow start to her WPBL play, but many knew once the floodgates would open, her offense would be the talk of the town. That's grounded to short. Backhanded stab by Einon, got under the glove.
It's good adjustment from Whitmore, though. You go from popping up the first time and that foul ball to hitting it hard and on the ground. Not an easy play over at short for Einon. She pulls it just a touch. Out of the box quickly, but had to be perfect on that backhand if she wanted a chance with the long throw over to first.
Yeah, kicked up into the palm of that glove. They'll rule it an E6. Jill Albayati walked and scored her last time up. That was just an inning ago. Now with 2 on base and 1 down, has a chance to keep things rolling for the Firebells, who are off to a hot start.
Narasaki doing a better job jumping ahead here, especially to this top portion of the order.
Yeah, fell behind quite a bit through that first inning, and it plagued her. Simple situation here, though, if you get down to the nitty-gritty. Ground ball double play gets you out of the inning. Just not getting that call on the outside edge. You know, Narasaki is painting the corners. Hasn't been able to get that nod.
Missed the spot a touch there. You can see Fox lining up a little more outside off the plate.
Yeah, and sometimes umpires, regardless of, you know, better yet, it really matters whether you hit your spot or not. They're recognizing where the catcher is lining up, where her glove is, and if you hit that spot, that plays a little bit of a factor. That time missed poorly over the head of Albayati. She's now got A full count here with 2 on and 1 out. Narasaki, the payoff.
It's a nice cut there from Albayati. Went down 0-2 quickly, working it all the way back to full, staying alive.
Three-two pitch, just missed. That's ball 4.
Great job by Albayati to work it all the way back. And Narasaki gonna want to dig in here. You don't want to start 0-2 and then allow the freebie. Those will always come back to bite you.
Bases loaded for Andrian LeBlanc. Nearly got her, she spun out of the way. Ball and no strikes to the Canadian.
LeBlanc, not just a switch hitter, but a power switch hitter. We've mostly seen her on the left side so far this season in the WPBL.
LeBlanc still in search of that first home run. She's powered a couple off the wall. Super reliable first baseman as well. On the ground and through, base hit right side. Gentiloni comes home. Everybody else holds up, advancing 1 base apiece. It'll be Whitmore over at third, and second base Albayati. LeBlanc drives home the 4th run of the day for San Francisco.
Continuing to execute with runners on base. That is inside. She stays inside it just enough. Top half of the ball, right through that 3-4 hole. Hit it where it's pitched.
Alexia George takes ball 1 outside. She had an RBI single her last time up. Bases loaded here. Narasaki. That hit the bat. It'll be foul. And one of the early rules that they teach you is as you duck out of the way, bring the bat down with you.
That's why you try to turn towards the umpire, towards the catcher versus trying to duck down, because this is always a possibility. Bit of a break for Narasaki.
Narasaki in her season debut. Now ahead.
Do you see some activity in the Queens bullpen right now? Nearly 50 pitches thrown already today for Narasaki, just here in the second.
Alexia George steps out. She was the youngest player to join Team USA at 15. Won the Pan American Games gold medal. Became the first woman to play in the Coastal Plain League, as we see Jamie McKay warming up back there. That's ball 2.
Not a bad spot, just an even better eye. That was off the plate.
Swung on and lined to the left center field. Davis gives chase. It drops in the alley. In comes Kelsey Whitmore. Albayati close behind. 2-run score. With the ball kicking over the head of Maggie Fox. Both runners take an extra base. And San Francisco has ballooned this lead to 6.
George goes down and gets this pitch. That might be down and out of the zone, but she drops the barrel to get on plane, lifts it into the green. Again, the timely hits continuing to pass the bat are the San Francisco Firebells.
Looks like that's the end of the road for Suzu Narasaki. The new era call to the bullpen will bring Jamie McKay in with 2 on in scoring position and 1 out in the second. Let's take a breather. We'll be right back with more WPBL baseball right after this. Jamie McKay started as the designated hitter in the cleanup spot of the order for the LA Queens. Now she's called upon early with just 1 out in the bottom of the second inning, as San Francisco has struck for 3 runs apiece in each of the 2 opening frames.
We talk about the versatility that these women bring to this game. McKay, maybe even more so than the average player in this league. We've seen her behind the dish in addition to the infield, and now, of course, on the mound once again. She has a little over 3 innings pitched so far on the season. Last time she came into relief against the Firebells 2 games ago, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, just 1 earned run, did not just strike out with 2 walks.
Now she faces Skylar Kaplan in the 6th spot in the batting order. Alexia George on second base. That's lined up the middle for a base hit. LeBlanc scores from third. George scores from second. Digging for 2, Kaplan. The relay throw not in time. A 2-run double. Everything is coming up Firebells.
Aggressiveness from Skylar Kaplan coming from that left side. Crushes this pitch. A line shot out to the outfield to split the gap. It gets out in a hurry, but I like the 2-base mentality she had from the moment the ball came off her bat.
Now this ball laid down up the first baseline by Leguizamon. McKay able to flip it to first. She did her job. That's a sac hit, which moves Kaplan from second to third. San Francisco still hungry, still manufacturing opportunities for runs, now with 2 away.
And they've batted around now here in the second inning. Jua Park in that 9 spot led things off. Already back to Eister in the 8 spot.
Strike 1 to Jordan Eister. 0 for 1 today. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Saw that pitch all the way in. Eister was 1 for 3. In the win, the 8-2 victory last time out for SF over LA.
Skied into shallow right field for Samaria Benitez. That closes out a terrific second inning for the Firebells. It's 8-0.
code on the video board, we're officially launching our WPBL Fan Zone. You want to stay up to date with the latest WPBL news? It's the best way to do it. Countdown to game time, game day programs, tickets, merch, and so much more. Grab your phones, scan the QR code, and join all the WPBL fun.
Back here in the top of the third inning, the bottom of the order due up for the LA Queens. 8-9-1 coming at you as they trail by 8 early on here as the Firebells have gotten things going to support the starter Kelsey Whitmore. Taima Maximiliana leading things off for the Queens. First pitch, she sees it out to right field. Going back to make the grab, making it look easy is Kaplan. One pitch, one out for Whitmore and company. Jenna Becerra here with you, along with our field reporter, professional softball player, Gold Glove outfielder, and All-American at LSU, AJ Andrews.
Hello, excited to join you this inning.
Anytime we have a Gold Glover on the call, I think we're in a good place.
You know, anytime we have someone that hits back-to-back grand slams like Jenna Becerra, I think we're in good company here.
It's Maria Benitez fouling that pitch off. A quick 0-2 from Whitmore. And a fan catch. Always love to see the defense, not just on the field, but also in the stands.
Yeah, it looks like we have some future pro baseball players practicing right now for what they're going to do on the field.
Maybe some future Gold Glovers, AJ Andrews, and that's a 3-pitch strikeout right there. Whitmore sits down Benitez, and it's a quick 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Yeah, it really looks like Kelsey's really settled in.
That location just froze her up. Back to the top of the order. First pitch on the ground, right side. Handling it. Over to Whitmore. Extremely quick inning for the Firebells. They still lead 8-0 over the Queens as we head to the bottom of the third. Friday night is for the fans. No better way to start off your weekend than here at Robin Roberts Stadium watching some WPBL action. Right now, the Firebells leading the Queens 8-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. It's the bottom of the order. Jua Park leading things off as Jamie McKay continues after coming on in relief. Got the last couple of outs there in the second. First pitch in there for a strike. Park's been swinging it well. Just outside for ball one. Park 2 for 3 last time out. Scored a couple of runs, had an RBI. Fox handles it in the dirt.
Jenna, in these moments right now, down by 8 runs for the Queens, what are you really looking to do on defense?
You just got to have your pitchers back, right? I mean, in the infield, anything on the ground, all out effort. You need outs. You need to get back in there to pick up the bats once again. I mean, from the outfielder perspective, AJ, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking just trying to pump up my pitcher. In this moment, just have her in a moment where she knows that we have her back. She can throw the ball anywhere she needs to, and we're going to get those outs for her.
And the throw there from short as Einon gets it to Edwards to retire. Jua Park gets one away.
Because, you know, sometimes when you're down by a big deficit, pitchers or even defenders can begin to get tight. And I think the best way to come back from something like this is to be able to still play your game, play loose. And the only way to do that is to know that everybody on the field is ready to make a play. And especially as a pitcher, when you know your defense has you, it allows you to not try to be so picky. Place the ball where you want to place it, but also be able to be loose while doing so.
That pitch is fouled out of play, and it's so true. And that goes for any position, whether you're on the mound, whether you're in the box. It's really a relaxed skill, right? I mean, you can't be too tense. It's not going to make you more accurate. It's not going to make you more powerful. That's way inside, and that's going to catch the leadoff hitter, Amanda Gentiloni, who is on base already for the 3rd time today.
With that being said, I feel like the Firebells are really executing on their plan. It looks like every time they come up to the plate, they know exactly what pitch they want to attack, and they're not waiting for it. They're not waiting for the second opportunity. They're going after it immediately. The first pitch that they see that they like, they're getting a good bat on it, and I feel like that's how they're able to get those balls in the holes.
Pickoff attempt over at first, not in time. And Kelsey Whitmore, 0 for 2 so far today. Talked about her 3 home run day last time out. And did she do it again? It is gone! Right on cue, Kelsey Whitmore.
Jenna, she was listening to you. She said 0 for 2, not no more, girl.
0 for 2, watch what I can do. 4th home run of the season. Whitmore with an exclamation point here in the 3rd inning.
That's that this pitch mentality that we talked about earlier. She's not worried about being 0 for 2. She's ready for the next one. This pitch, this moment, and this ball is going over the fence. That's what Kelsey said.
This pitch right here. 10-0 San Francisco. She'll pass the bat to Jill Albayati, who has done a nice job following Kelsey Whitmore. Was 3 for 4 behind Whitmore in Whitmore's 3 home run day. Take another look. Right off the bat, AJ, we knew that was a tower.
Oh, immediately. Immediately off the bat.
That's lined foul into the bullpen area.
She looks so relaxed at the plate. We talked kind of about it earlier. The first 2 games, she felt the pressure and she was pressing a little bit. And then towards the 3rd game and after, she just decided to relax. She's just going to go back to her game, back to her mentality, and that's exactly what that at-bat looked like. Relaxed and ready to pick her pitch and hit it.
Seems like the Firebells, in a general sense, seem a little bit more relaxed. Even the 0-2 there, Albayati not having any confidence shaken. Takes that pitch in the dirt to make it 1-2.
What I think is so special about Albayati is that she is able to, oh, good play.
Over the shoulder catch from Edwards. What a beauty.
Listen, I'm still going to sing her praises, even though she just got out. I think when you have a player like Albayati come up after Whitmore, who let's say hits a home run, then Albayati comes up and also gets a hit, it really just takes the energy out of a defense. And it's something that I don't feel like we highlight enough. But with a player, what they do after the big play, that's just as important as the big hit. Sarah Edwards making a great over-the-shoulder catch to get Albayati out in that AB.
And really for pitching, how do you respond, right? McKay gave up that 2-run shot to Whitmore. How do you respond to the next hitter? You go up against number 3, get him to pop up, get that second out. That's a good response after giving up something big as well.
Oh, absolutely. Good response, good play. That allows the defense to have a little bit more momentum, more energy, and ready for the next one.
And the next one, Andriane LeBlanc in the box. She's 1 for 2, had an RBI single last time up.
I always say, look, offense sells tickets, but defense wins games. Being able to play good defense is really what builds that momentum to carry the next inning.
And there's some momentum, hopefully, for the Queens fans right there. 6-3, and we're out 10-0 Firebells.
Fans here at Robin Roberts Stadium came into today a ball game between two teams that are tied atop the WPBL standings. But so far it has not looked like that. It has been as one-sided as it gets. 10-0 ball game. Firebells over the Queens, and Kelsey Whitmore, who just hit her 4th home run over the last 2 games, is pitching a one-hitter through 3 innings. Hasn't allowed a run. She has been such a good piece.
A couple of strikeouts on the day, but has let her defense work as well. Helps herself out, making the plays as that 5th infielder, but the outfield making some good reads out there in the green, the infield handling it on the dirt. No walks from Whitmore either, so the efficiency there, the command has been there.
Ball 1 misses just upstairs to Monet Davis. Davis, who hits in the 2 spot of the order, followed by Ashton Lansdale and Jamie McKay. Takes a whole team effort to come back from 10 down. We've seen those big innings, but I don't think we've seen a comeback of this stature quite yet, especially against the league's top draft pick in Kelsey Whitmore, who has found something on the mound.
Just 1 base runner aboard today so far for the Queens.
That's strike 1.
We saw her utilize that this pitch mentality she talked to AJ Andrews about in the box. I think we're seeing her do it here on the mound as well.
There's ball 4. Monet Davis opens up the 4th inning with the walk. She's only the 2nd batter that has reached today, and Whitmore had retired 7 straight up until that point.
And the only one to notch a hit off her tonight is stepping up to the plate right now.
Lansdale roped a ground ball base hit through the left-hand side. That's lined into left center field. It kicks into the alley for a base hit from Lansdowne. Monet Davis chugging for 3. Well, the Los Angeles Queens are in business.
Both hits off of Whitmer so far today, coming off the bat of Ashton Lansdell, the USA teammates. Lansdell's got her number so far here tonight.
Fastball
right
dead red.
Just a nice compact swing. Fast hands.
Jamie McKay watches strike 1 go by. Come on, Blue, she says. Got 2 in scoring position here. Queens looking to get on the board. There's strike 2. Both calls right off the outside corner. Well, first base is open. Here's another look at that.
See the frame job there from George.
It's in the dirt, skips behind George. Monet Davis scores from third base. Queens get on the board. Still nobody out in the 4th.
A tough one for George to handle. Not a whole lot she can do. But Davis already being at third base, that's thanks to the extra bases that Lansdell was able to put together on that double, move her all the way around there. Gets LA on the board.
McKay with a line drive foul. Whitmore faced the Queens back on August 7th. Week later, seeing them today much more effective. That's grounded over to short, snared. And the throw to first offline. Joely Leguizamon had a chance to get Jamie McKay. Instead, McKay drives home Ashton Lansdell from third. And the Firebells remain without an out in the top of the 4th inning.
Doing a nice job just knocking this thing down. She's in the lip of the grass right there. It's a long throw. And LeBlanc keeping an eye on the runner coming across as Lansdell scores. Great effort, though, moving to her right.
You see Jamie McKay. Ooh, that is base hit, I believe. McKay might have beat the throw regardless. Sure, the throw was offline, but I think she was there.
Infield single, definitely.
Well, Kelsey Whitmore's longest outing this season is 3 innings. Came both the opening day start against the Boston Hunters and then against the Queens a week ago. That game she gave up 7 earned. Today, just 2 runs on the board and quite a bit of run production on the offensive side, including her own 2-run home run. Now to Maggie Fox. Strike 1. Jamie McKay is over at first base. We talked to her earlier today about the philosophy for Coach Eric Young and base running. Strike 2 comes in. She said a lot of that is up to us. He recognizes what we're good at. We communicate in our off time, but he gives us a whole lot of freedom to make decisions on the base path.
She said that's also about them knowing their own speed. She's like, I'm not necessarily a speed demon myself. I'm not going to be stealing bases left and right. But he leaves that up to you and gives you that ownership as the athlete.
On the ground, Fox goes to third with it. Gets 1 out at second base. Fox beats out the double play. You know, part of that freedom from manager Eric Young, you know, comes from his own time playing ball. He was the Rockies' stolen base leader back in the day. Also hit the first home run in the inaugural season for the Rockies, the franchise's first home run ever back in 1993. There's strike one to Sarah Edwards. Edwards a switch hitter. Bats on the left-hand side for the right-hand pitching Whitmore. Flown out toward left. Twists around Jua Park, who hauls it in. That's out number 2.
Nice job by Park utilizing the hip turn. Sometimes you take that first step back, you read it in the air, especially if it's hit somewhat over your head right at you. She made the adjustment to get the right angle and make the grab.
Jenna, what a joy Jua Park was to talk to earlier today. In a bit of broken English, she said it with a smile. I haven't played a ton of outfield. I'm a natural infielder, but I know I can make those catches. As that ball is laced fair left field line. Caitlin Einon has a long single. Fox was held up at second base.
Perfectly placed down the line from Einon. Great adjustment, struck out her first time up. Gotta love the effort over there from Albayati. And Park trying to come in to cut that thing off. Possibly what also helped Fox stay at second base, not get over to third.
Two on, two out for Taima Maximiliana. Puts a charge into this one on the ground, first base side. Foot race to the bag. Whitmore got there first. That'll do it for the final out of the 4th inning. Well, the Queens get on the board, but Kelsey Whitmore limits the damage. It's Firebells on top 8.
Baseball fans, in case you didn't know, San Francisco Firebells honor Lily Firebell Lil Hitchcock Point, a fearless San Francisco icon, famously helping volunteer firefighters battle a fire just as a teenager. Her rebellious spirit and refusal to conform to the expectations placed on women over time inspired her and many young women to be firefighters, and inspired this team, bringing energy, pride, and ambition to every game. The Firebells. The Los Angeles Queens honor Lizzie Murphy, the legendary Queen of the Diamond. She broke barriers for women in professional baseball when opportunities were extremely limited. Her confidence, ambition, and trailblazing career embody the spirit of the city of Los Angeles. A city built on influence, style, and the drive to reach the top. The Los Angeles Queens.
Whole lot of hits today for the Firebells. Alexia George has 2 of the most important ones.
Alexia George in the middle of the order, keeping things going for the Firebells. There's firepower 1 through 9 in this order. The top of the order's gotten a lot of attention, as it should, but she has been a force there in that 5 spot.
Who else but George stepping up to open up the bottom of the 4th inning for San Francisco at the dish. The 20th selection in the 2nd round. She takes strike 1 from Jamie McKay. McKay, who came on in relief back in the 2nd inning. Helped her case as well. Drove home a run her last time up, just a half inning ago. George today, 2 for 2. But you look at the 5, 6, 7 here in the order. This group is 5 for 5 coming up to the plate here. Sent in the air, left center field. Monet Davis makes the grab.
Key first out there for the Queens. They needed to set the tone. They've done that the last couple of innings, and then things have gone off the rails a little bit as the Firebells have continued to pass the bat. And Kaplan's a hot hitter right now, too.
Skylar Kaplan has a pair of hits to her name as well. Singled and doubled today. It's ball 1 inside. You know, throughout this league, we have a couple of firefighters. It's almost reminiscent of Firebell Lil, who this Firebells team is named after, as that is roped into the right center gap. Davis gives chase. It rips off the base of the wall. The throw into second base comes in late, and Skylar Kaplan has her 3rd hit of the day.
Back-to-back doubles in her at-bats for Skylar Kaplan. Similar spot, similar attack. Out to the green, nice line drive, and the two-base mentality putting her in scoring position right off the bat.
Now Joely Leguizamon starts it short for the Firebells, who are hungry for more, already on top 8. This lead at one point was as big as 10. That's strike 1. A little more on Firebell Lil. You know, the famous story back when she was 15 years old, 1858. She encountered a group of firefighters, the Knickerbocker Engine Company, number 5. They were responding to a fire. She helped out with the struggling group. Then she was an honorary firefighter the rest of the way. She was famously unconventional, smoked cigars, gambled, sometimes dressed in men's clothing to enter establishments that women weren't necessarily permitted to. She was a trailblazer. It's one of the reasons why the Firebells are named after Firebell Lil. Line drive into left field. It's caught on the fly by Taima Maximiliana.
Lily Hitchcock Coit, the nickname Firebell Lil, like you said, strong ties to San Francisco. The benefactor of Coit Tower in the city, for those familiar. Every team named after a trailblazing woman that has made an impact.
Here's Jordan Eister. Into center field. Davis has a late beat on it. And did she haul it in? No, it drops. From second base, Skylar Kaplan scores. Oh, for just a moment, you thought Monet Davis might have made the defensive play of the season.
And your first step, your first reaction as an outfielder is to go back. It's easier to come forward than do the opposite. So off the bat there, you can see Davis. That's what she does, but then reads it. Oh no, it's coming up closer than I thought. Tries to make the grab. Can't quite make up the ground.
Now to Jua Park. Park watches ball 1 go by. We talked a little bit about this before, but I got some more info today. Park, the lone Korean on the roster for the Firebells, and manager Matt Williams spent 2 seasons managing in the KBO League. She said, no, he doesn't speak a ton of Korean. He does have 3 or 4 phrases that he relies on, like good job and thank you. So she hears those quite a lot. she did say when she was coming to the Firebells and word got out that Matt Williams would be the manager, she got a whole lot of buzz from people that she knew who were familiar with his work. Park sends it in the air, left side, foul territory, Maximiliana, and it gets down. Had to go into that bullpen area for it.
A lot of ground she was trying to cover. You can see she's still moving the feet, trying to keep an eye on that spatial awareness. Good effort, but another life here for Jua Park.
Back up the middle for a smoking hot base hit. Back-to-back knocks for the Firebells, working a 2-out rally.
First hit of the day for Park. She had a couple last time out. That stick is part of the reason she's part of the best 9 that manager Matt Williams felt like he was putting together here in this lineup today.
Gentiloni's reached base 3 times today. Singled, walked, and was hit by a pitch her last time up. She's at the top of the order for the Firebells. Two on, 2 out. Here's McKay. That got her. Second straight at bat that she's been hit. Yeah, go ahead, Jenna.
Yeah, back-to-back getting hit. Gentiloni feeling it a little bit. But she's been on base all 4 times that she's been up. She's got hit twice. She was walked in her first time up, but then had the single. She scored 3 of those times already so far.
Helps when Kelsey Whitmore follows behind. The pitch. And Whitmore takes strike 1 that nibbles on the outside edge. She had her 4th home run of the season her last time up, a 2-run shot into the scoreboard. That's away. Bases loaded here for Whitmore. 4 home runs this year. 1 solo home run, a pair of 2-run blasts, had a 3-run shot as well. That's deep out to center. It's going back to the wall. It is gone! Kelsey Whitmore, grand slam! Her 5th home run over the last 2 games.
Put the chain around her neck. They did it 3 times in the last game. Make it 2 more, but this time the grandest of them all for Kelsey Whitmore. She's already tied her single game record of 6 RBIs from just last time out.
It's tied for the league in home runs as well.
She's coming for Danae Benitez. Look out.
Benitez had 5 home runs through her first 4 games. Whitmore is now on pace over the last 2 games, you know, and the fact that she started out slow and has found her groove, it speaks volumes to the expectation and how much that can affect early on how she was approaching her plate appearances.
This pitch, she said it herself. How impressive to be able to do it when you're on the mound as well.
Albayani into the gap. Another deep roller for the Firebells. After the grand slam from Whitmore, Albayani follows it up with a double of her own.
It's exactly the approach AJ and I were talking about. After Whitmore does something big, Al-Bayadi keeps it going 3 times last time, gets the double here this time.
The Firebells are such a good team with 2 outs. They've had so many 2-out rallies where they just go through the lineup, one batter after another after another. Feels like you can't buy it out.
8 of the 9 in the starting order for the Firebells have come around to score.
And every single one of them has a hit as well today. Britt Abgar warming up.
First baseman, Andre on the blow.
Jamie McKay looking to close out this 4th inning. LeBlanc, a slow roller over to Lansdowne. Scoops and fires to get the 3rd out. Kelsey Whitmore is just impeccable. A grand slam, her 5th home run over the last 2 days, helping her case, the starter on the mound as well.
Hello, WPBL fans. It's an amazing night of baseball, Firebells and the Queens. And it's time for our Friday photo dump. We got the Firebells' first win with the fireworks in the background. We have one of Danae Benitez's many home runs. Denver Bryant trying to evade a tag. What a good shot that is. And then we have Queen Sarah Edwards being crowned after hitting the first Grand Slam in WPBL history. Make sure you tag us with your photos here at the ballpark so you can be a part of the next Friday photo dump.
Thanks so much, AJ. Firebells up big through 4 innings, on to the 5th. Queens have quite a lot of work to do.
Whitmore only allowing 4 hits so far.
Samaria Benitez, who steps in to lead off this 5th inning. She's in the 9 spot. That's strike 2 from Whitmore.
Her coming out, being able to jump ahead 1 and 2 after all the activity she's had around the bases today.
And it snuck by LeBlanc at first. Benitez on base to open up the 5th inning.
Great piece of hitting, and we do have that defensive change over at second base. Inano Beppu from Japan, a third-round selection over there, taking over for Amanda Gentiloni.
Let's also bring on the third member of our crew, the All-American A.J. Andrews, for more on Amira Hondras.
Yes, I talked to Amira a little bit in pregame about her being a part of that Chicago White Sox ACE program, and she's been a part of that program since she was 12 years old, and it's a program designed to reverse declining interest and participation in baseball among the African American youth. And she made history by becoming the first and only female player to take place in the highly acclaimed program. She had always thought that after baseball, she would have to figure out somewhere to go play collegiately softball. But after attending a showcase event with the ACE program where college coaches attended last year, she was offered a scholarship by Wiley University, located in Marshall, Texas, to play baseball. In there, someone asked her how she feels about it, what it would feel like to play baseball. She said it feels like it would be a dream. So I asked her, you're doing it. Not only will you be able to do it collegiately, but you are a pro. So what does it feel like now? And she said, AJ, dreams come true.
That's awesome, AJ. Terrific stuff. And that was ball 4 for Hondras. We'll go to the bullpen. Looks like Kelsey Whitmore's day comes to a close. Makes sense. She was great through 4. And then we got a new era call to the bullpen, so they don't have to use up that arm nearly as much as they would if it was a tighter game. Looks like Matt Williams hasn't quite signaled out there yet.
The players have talked about how Matt Williams is listening to them. So you can see him listening to Kelsey Whitmore right now, asking her, how do you feel? What do you think? You know your body best. And the communication there has been so key, especially as these managers start to get to know their rosters as well.
Looks like it'll be Ella De Bedard and this new era call to the bullpen. We'll go to a breather. Kelsey Whitmore and her team on top 15-2. Don't go anywhere. Ella De Bedard on to replace Kelsey Whitmore in relief. It's a low leverage situation. She's got a 13-run cushion. Good opportunity to get her footing here in the WPBL.
Not her first time on the mound, but the first time going up against the Queens. De Bedard does have 2 2/3 innings under her belt, 5 hits that she's given up, 6 earned runs. No strikeouts as of yet, but does have 1 walk she issued as well. So looking to get some important game reps here as Kelsey Whitmore has set her up really nicely.
Yeah, the Visit Springfield game summary for Kelsey Whitmore on the mound. She was great, getting everything done.
Just getting outs in every way you can, letting her defense work, doing it herself, rolling up some ground balls, and she also did it at the plate too, took care of business, getting some Ks. And Kelsey Whitmore, just have yourself a day.
So much fun to watch, and she now in line for the win. Both runners will be accredited to her if they score. Nonetheless, it's Ella De Bedard who takes over here. Monet Davis batting second today. She comes up to the plate with nobody out. Ball and a strike. Ella De Bedard.
I don't mind that spot. I'm kind of working that outer corner there to the righty and Monet Davis so far.
De Bedard, typically an infielder, fairly versatile. Debuted for the Canadian Women's Baseball World Cup team back in 2023. First pick of the 3rd round in the draft. That's low.
If you're gonna miss, that's a good place to miss. Not belt high over the white, keep it down around the corner.
On the ground to second. Gentiloni flips it to second for 1. And the double play at first. Davis gunned down, racing down the line. Benitez moves on over to first base. They roll it. Check that. So it's second base. That's Hanano Beppo. She came in as a defensive substitution just an inning back. Yeah, Jenna, good catch. I must have missed it. Ashton Lansdell at the plate here. Been the most effective bat for the Queens this evening.
Lansdell is the captain. Trying to lead by example, but she is that vocal leader as well in the dugout, in the clubhouse.
That's ball 3, high and in. Ella De Bedard with her 2nd outing this season. Lansdell sends this high and deep to left field. Looks like Jua Park had quite a beat on it, ranging in. She makes the play for the final out of the 5th. Firebells by 13.
Okay, we're back here, WPBL fans at Robin Roberts Stadium. I am with the Leopard softball team, and they're gonna get us going with this inning. Are you guys ready? Let's do it! E-I-E-I-O! E-I-E-I-O! Come on, Queens, let's go! Come on, Queens, let's go! Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo! Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo! Oh-oh-oh-oh! Oh-oh-oh-oh! E-I-E-I-O! E-I-E-I-O! Come on, Queens, let's go! Come on, Queens, let's go! Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo! Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo! Oh-oh-oh-oh! Oh, let's go. They want the Queens to win, but it's all WPBL fun here at Robin Roberts Stadium. Let's keep it going. Good job, Leopards!
That's awesome, AJ. Thank you. Nice stuff from the Leopards in the stands. Love to see it.
Yeah, we've seen them locked in, too, watching some of their idols get to play on a Friday night, women's pro baseball. Gosh, it doesn't get better.
Oh, I like that one. I might have to work that one in. Now there's ball one to Alexia George. George had a pair of singles, drove home 3. That was through the first 2 innings today. She bats in the 5th spot of the order. Jamie McKay out for another inning. Came on with 1 out in the 2nd.
They're going to try to utilize her as long as possible.
Driven deep to left. Maximiliana goes back, and it's out of here. Alexia George takes 1 yard. Solo blast and her 4th RBI today. It's the first home run of her WPBL career.
She said, hey, Kelsey Whitmore has been hogging the home run chain just a little bit too much. Let me get in on the action. Now 3 different Firebells have gone yard this season.
(16-2). Sheesh. Skylar Kaplan with her 4th hit today. This Firebells team does one thing very well. It's after a big hit, they come back with another big hit. A 1-2 punch, and it's really unbelievable how often you see it.
Of course, Whitmore there in that 2 spot, but the middle of the order, Kaplan so steady and consistent. 2 singles, a couple of doubles, 3 RBIs herself. A little bit underrated there in that 6th spot.
Nobody out for Joelle Leguizamon. Between Alexia George batting 5th and Skylar Kaplan batting 6th. Nice souvenir out there. The duo are 7 for 8 today. 7 hits over 8 at bats with a home run, 2 doubles, and 4 singles. Talk about daunting. That's strike 3, watched in. Leguizamon goes down looking. There's 1 away.
Good response from Jamie McKay. Trying to tip things back the Queens way any way possible.
Jordan Eister. Ball 1. Meister bat safe. Start in center field today.
got some debris on the field there. It sounds like there was a foam party across the street, so some of it drifting over here into Robin Roberts Stadium.
Yeah, right down the road as well, the Illinois State Fair. We saw Maybell, the mascot, there just last evening. I was there last evening as well. Little foam. Yeah, Maggie Fox tried to go up and grab that. I think it's just bubbles. Jenna, you have any plans on making it over to the fair?
I hope so. We were talking to some of the hunters who showed up in their cowgirl gear actually today before the game, and they had a chance to go over there, enjoying Springfield, all it has to offer.
Paloma Benach, Molly Pattison, Beth Greenwood, 3 hunters showed up today. They were repping their best rodeo fits, and they did it during BP so everybody else could see. They looked like they were going to a fun spot, no doubt about it.
And tomorrow night, actually country night at the ballpark here at Robin Roberts Stadium. They're getting ready for that as well.
That's outside for ball 4. Yeah. Paloma Benach is going to be out there with the hunters. So will Molly Pattison, so will Beth Greenwood. They will face the Queens, 6:30.
Rumor has it we might see AJ Andrews in some country night gear. She's already on fire every day, outfits on fleek, but might see her kick it up a notch
Jenna,
tomorrow night.
what did you call her, the Beyonce of softball?
Yes, that's right.
Beyonce of baseball, too, at this point.
Think so. Think she's officially crossed over.
The Beyonce of broadcasting, I think we could say that. Jua Park in the 9-hole. 2 on base, 1 gone.
You guys are making me blush down here. Yeah, I'm going to show you my Beyonce moves tomorrow night. So if you're not tuned in, you will be missing out. Okay, country night. It is definitely Cowboy Carter over here at Robin Roberts Stadium tomorrow. Be here or be, I don't know, just be here.
Don't be anything but here.
Anything. Always be here.
Jamie McKay in a 0-2 count. Park laces it over the head of Lansdowne, who leaps for it but couldn't get a glove there. For Park, it's her 2nd single today. Kaplan at 3rd. Jordan Eister at 2nd. Park at 1st. Nobody in the bullpen for Jamie McKay. A 14-run lead. And now at the top of the order, representing the top of the order, it's Beppu who steps in. Hinano Beppu getting her first at bat today. Amanda Gentiloni, who started in the leadoff spot, got on base in all 4 plate appearances. She was hit by a pitch twice. Not a bad time to take her out of the game and give her a moment to breathe.
Getting on base 4 times, but you're 1 for 1 because you get hit twice, you draw the walk. Scored all 4 times.
Beppu watches strike 3 go by.
Both out so far via the strikeout, but also the K looking. McKay has been able to spot her pitches really nicely there with 2 strikes.
Batting in place of Kelsey Whitmore. Here's Dave Bedard. She took over on the mound a moment ago. Ella De Bedard batting second here. Bases loaded. Two balls and no strikes for De Bedard, who's a natural outfielder, no stranger to batting.
One for 6 on the season so far. She's been hit by a pitch 3 times, though, and walked once, so she has scored 4 runs.
Some players just have that knack, a little tighter on the plate on their step. Swings and misses here, now a 2-2 count. Fended off, foul.
Big pitch.
That's outside for ball 3.
What a time for the young fans to see. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded.
Swung at and missed. Strike 3, and the bases stay loaded to close out the 5th inning. Firebells by 14 runs. Some young Firebells fans certainly stoked that they have earned a scarf for being one of the first 250 fans in attendance today, and for the fact that their team is on top by 14 as we get into the 16th inning today. There are bubbles floating around the ballpark coming from who knows where. Jamie McKay, who started as a designated hitter today, batting cleanup, and then came on as a reliever in the 2nd inning. She has worked her way on the mound all the way through 5 and now leads off the 6th.
Been so fun to see how the fans are choosing which team they want to root for.
McKay pops this up behind home plate and into the stands. Yeah, what do you think about that, Jenna? How would you choose your team?
I think some people, it's geographic, right? I mean, if you live in the Bay Area or Southern California, you might choose one of these teams based on that. Same with the East Coast with the Hunters and the Heights. Outside of that, maybe your favorite player, someone who you really like to see what they're doing out on the field. They inspire you to root for their team. Maybe you got to come in person and see someone play, and that just changed it all.
That's strike 3, 1 down. certainly a joy that you see from some of the players out here that makes it easy to cheer for them. First strikeout for David Dard. She wants to keep that one.
So many firsts that we have seen already in the WPBL. For the teams, for the individual players, for the league. Such cool moments they get to live out.
Strike one to Maggie Fox. Think about how the Queens opened up the season with 3 straight wins. San Francisco answers back, 3 straight wins of their own. That is, if this lead holds tonight, better yet. But if San Francisco can hold on, they would be alone at the top of the WPBL standings. Right now, they came into tonight, both these teams tied for first place. One team was ready, the other team just not the same. We've seen the Queens at their best. Just a different brand of baseball from week 1 to week 2.
And it's really difficult to play a team 4 times in a row. First time the Queens were the home team. The last 3, it's been the Firebells. And it's not easy going up against, whether you're the pitchers going up against the same lineup and they've seen you before, whether you're the hitters going up against some of the pitching. That's when mentality really comes into play. Talk about how much of this game is actually more mental than physical.
And you, AJ, and I, we go into the press conferences after the game, and I'm already thinking about what Matt Williams, manager of the Firebells, is going to say. Imagine he'll say something along the lines of, yeah, it was good. We executed. Just keep it simple, you know? These managers, they never are over the top, very level-headed. National League, former National League Manager of the Year in 2014 with the Washington Nationals. He's been here before.
And they all say the same thing. You don't want to get too high or too low. You try to stay as even-keeled as possible, mentally and emotionally as well.
Fox piecing together quite the battle at the plate here.
There are too many ups and downs in baseball. You can't ride every single wave that you have. You have to just stay in the middle.
David Dard. Yeah, it's certainly a sport you got to have a short memory in, you know, and it can be so rewarding. It can also be very taxing on your mental. Line to left field. That gets down and kicks off the wall. Jewel Park fires it in. Maggie Fox with a 1-out, 2-bagger.
Maggie Fox extending the hit streak. She's registered one in every single game so far this season. Gets a hold of this pitch on the inner half and absolutely strokes it out there to left center field.
Fox was thinking too right off the bat. Flipped off that helmet. Looked cool doing it. Stood up at second. Fox takes the bag.
You want to see that life late in the ball game from the Queens. They showed it on opening night with the comeback victory against the Heights. Whether or not they come back, this is a huge deficit to have to pull yourself out of. It's about, do you have some momentum that you can take moving forward into the next ball game?
And part of it is that on Saturdays, we play doubleheaders. These teams are both going to be in play tomorrow. That kind of momentum, and one of the great things about baseball is you just play again the next day. You know, in many cases, there are so few opportunities to linger on the results from the previous day because you just start again fresh.
Yeah, for Ted Lasso fans, that's that goldfish mentality.
Memory of a goldfish, and you know, part of it is just there's so much truth to it. Sure, it plays its role overseas in soccer. They would dub it football, of course, but it plays such a big role in baseball as well. Gotta have a short memory. We even saw that through what A.J. Andrews talked about with Kelsey Whitmore today. This pitch, the pitch prior, the pitch coming up, none of that matters. It's only this pitch staying present. 2-2. That's away, ball 3.
And that's not to say you don't learn from your experiences either. In some ways, it's almost that selective memory. Take what is actually helpful, what can make you be more productive, and bring that forward with you. Let everything else fall to the wayside.
It's on the ground to first. It'll score a run. Second out of the inning. Fox comes home, cuts the deficit to 13. Well, coming up, we have a fun doubleheader. San Francisco with a quick turnaround. They'll be back in action tomorrow, 1 p.m. local time. LA and Boston later in the evening. Then that East Coast rivalry. New York and Boston to close out the weekend here in Springfield, Illinois. Mondays and Tuesdays are off in the WPBL. I found myself longing for some baseball last week. I was hungry for it.
Once you get a taste, it's all you want.
Yeah, I missed it. It's been another fun week, eventful week. It feels like every night something new happens. Strike one to Caitlin Einon, better yet. Shortstop, 1 for 2 today. Einon into center field. Gets down in front of Jordan Eister.
Again, the Queen's showing some life. If I'm Eric Young, that's what I'm looking for. How do my players handle adversity? How do they work through it?
Taima Maximiliana takes a ball tight off the inside corner. She's 0 for 2. That got her. On base for the first time this evening.
Get on base any way you can.
Ella De Bedard now gets a trip from manager Matt Williams. There's nobody up in the bullpen. This is maybe just an opportunity to settle her down. You can see by that smile, they're not talking business, but more talking shop.
You can see that Firebell logo on De Bedard's hat right there too. The Phoenix bird rising within the bell, representing Firebell Lil, like we talked about earlier.
Peyton Correa making her way out to the bullpen. Correa threw 1 1/3 scoreless innings against the Queens last time out. Ball one to the bottom of the order. Samaria Benitez. Benitez on the ground. Beppo. Nana Beppo gets the out over at first base. And Ella De Bedard, while she allows one run, closes out the 6th inning with a 13-run lead.
Fans, don't let the excitement stop here. Join us as we continue to make history during the rest of this inaugural season. We're giving away a lot of WPBL team branded collectibles. Tonight with a scarf for the Firebells. We've got an Ashton Lanza all the way coming. We've got country night, Friday night. We've got a grab a ticket for your family and your friends. Be part of this chapter. The tickets in the full schedule. Head on over to the We'll see you back here in the ballpark. We've got a doubleheader tomorrow. First game is 1 p.m. Then we'll put in the stadium for our 6:30 p.m. game. We want to thank our official equipment provider partners, All-Stars, Stop Plus, Diamond Baseball, Coffee Stove, Hyper Ice, Jaeger Sports, and Coffee Radar. Thank you for your support. Now, we'll do this for baseball and outdoor season. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Queens, number 16, Addie Frank.
New era call to the bullpen brings Addie Frank to the mound for the LA Queens. Not necessarily a high-pressure situation. Do your job, throw strikes, take care of business. Firebells balloon this lead early, never looked back. Up by 3 after 1, up by 8 after 2. Now a 13-run lead. And Addie Frank will face 3, 4, and 5 in the order. It starts with Jill Albayati, who takes ball 1. And, you know, a little bit more on Addie Frank. Out of Oakville, Missouri. She was a 6th-round pick, and often the 6th-round picks don't make the active roster, at least not this early in WPBL play. But the fact that she is able to make this roster speaks volumes to what they see in her and the potential.
Now, over 600 players showed up to tryouts initially. So excited about the potential to be a part of this league. 10 different countries were represented. Top 100 plus players were draft eligible from there. 6 rounds in the snake draft. And then the rosters were filled out from there.
You know, and many of the teams, all of them have 15 roster spots. Many are filled up with the entirety of their first, second, and third round draft picks. And there are a few that have a 4th round draft pick, a 5th round draft pick, or a 6th round draft pick. And that just, it gives you an idea of how impressive it is that Addie Frank has not only made the active roster, but is getting playing time.
This is her debut on the mound for the Queens as well.
She's got potential with the left-handed power, southpaw on the bump, but she can really swing it at the plate too.
Your attention, please. Pitch running for number 18, Albayati. Number 6, Yamamoto.
Ayaka Yamamoto pinch running at first base after Jill Albayati earned a walk. Albayati got on base 4 times in 5 plate appearances today with 3 walks. Now Andrian LeBlanc, 1 for 4 today.
We talked about her ability to switch hit. We've seen her on the left side. She's now over there on the right facing the lefty. She talked about on the WPBL podcast that she's been a righty really pretty much her entire life. She had a bit of an injury to her shoulder from swinging right-handed and had an opportunity to get some reps lefty. She was at the academy in Quebec, where she's from. She said that's really what it takes, is just getting the reps in. And she can hit for power from both sides.
On the ground to second, scooped up, thrown over to second for one out there. And that's two. They turn the double play. Amira Hondras there at second base. She twisted it over to Caitlin Einon. Now there's two down.
Frank doing her job so far.
Pitcher's best friend, that's what they call it. Nice twin killing for the LA Queens. Yeah, the LA Queens fairly sharp defensively. Feels like we've seen a whole lot of double plays from them, Jenna.
Leading the league, that was their 7th. They've been able to pull off. And you like to hear that, pitching staff for the Queens, knowing that they got your back.
Two-one pitch. Alexia George, her first career home run just an inning ago. Now on base for the 4th time today.
Of course, Kelsey Whitmore getting the attention with the long balls, but George leaving the yard too.
Skylar Kaplan has had quite the night herself. 4 for 4, a pair of singles, a pair of doubles.
And a few RBIs in between. She scored a run back in the 4th inning too. Just total production from her at-bats today.
Missed a wild pitch that got away. Quite the coming out party for Skylar Kaplan. Kaplan had 3 hits over 13 at-bats coming into this evening, more than doubled that to this point.
And the lefty on lefty matchup here for the first time today for Kaplan. Narasaki, the starter, coming from the right side. McKay, of course, also a righty. Frank, actually the first lefty we've seen on either side so far tonight.
Kaplan pulled it foul. Here's Addie Frank. That's away. Well, Alexia George on second base. She took that extra bag on a wild pitch to open up this at bat to Skylar Kaplan. Chance for Kaplan to be on for her 5th time tonight. That's upstairs. She will draw the walk.
Back-to-back walks, something Frank is going to need to work through. She goes to face the number 7 hitter, but now it opens up some opportunities with runners on 1st and 2nd. Defensively, anywhere but home, you can get that 3rd out.
Strike one. Addie Frank just turned 18 back in May.
Frank, Hondras, a couple of the younger ones here in the WPBL.
Well, Jenna, I did a double take. It said born in 2008. I said, oh my goodness, how is that possible?
That's the thing about this league too. Combination of so many veterans with a ton of experience, especially internationally, with the up and coming talent as well. Opportunities for all of them. It was part of the excitement here coming into the inaugural season.
Joelle Leguizamon at the plate. That's rolled foul. Well, the Firebells with some poise after starting out a little bit slow to open up the season. They had that one big win against Boston, dropped the game against New York 13-8. Next day, 3-2 against LA. So they had a losing record to open things up. This would be their third straight win. That's ball 4. You know, at some point, the strike zone opens up a little bit in the late innings. Or at least it should.
Just got to find the zone too. I mean, you can't try to be too careful when you're on the mound. Obviously, this is a Firebells lineup that has a lot of power all the way through. You don't really get a break, but you have to still try to attack the zone. 3 straight walks, not the position that you want to be in, especially when you only got 3 more outs to work with yourself offensively, trying to get your team back in there.
Bases loaded for Jordan Eister. That's over her head. That's ball 2. Game like this got me thinking about the Illinois State Fair for the 2nd straight night. Might have to make my way over there and get a turkey leg myself. Get a whole lot of things that I wasn't used to there. We don't have a ton of state fairs where I come from, Jenna.
Well, it's just been cool seeing the Springfield community rally around this league. A lot of things going on with the state fair, but they've been so excited in the lead up to the WPBL. Springfield has a history too. Some of the earliest paid women's baseball games back in the late 1800s were here.
That's Eister down the right field line, just to the right of the paint. Yeah, quite a history. You mentioned those early played games. Robin Roberts Stadium. Also, they call it the home of Abraham Lincoln. It's the Illinois state capital. That's ball 4. They'll walk in a run.
Not seeing bullpen activity at this point. I mean, it's late in the ball game. You know you have another one to play if you're the Queens this weekend. They'll be back here tomorrow at Robin Roberts Stadium. You're really trying to ride Frank for the rest of this if you can. 4 straight walks after a quick double play to get things started. She's got to make the adjustment, especially before it's back to the top of the order.
Jua Park, strike 2. Park today with a pair of hits. In the air, shallow right field. Amira Hondras makes the grab. Quite an inning, quite a lead for San Francisco. They look to close it out after this.
cell phone lights. Let's light this ballpark up. Come on, put that up. All right, here we go. All right, Maybell. Let's lead them. Let's light this ballpark up. Here we go. Up, down, up, down, now left, right, left, right. Here we go. Faster. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Robin Roberts makes the shot.
Sounds good.
Your second place, now pitching for San Francisco, number 2, Victoria.
And we welcome you back here for the top of the 7th inning. San Francisco Firebells by 14. Fans have stuck around to see him close things out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Swinging from bar to bar with a pretzel in hand. Not a bad way to go.
Leading off for Los Angeles, second baseman.
Bring you back here to Robin Roberts Stadium, Springfield, Illinois. Peyton Correa takes the hill for the new era call to the bullpen. Top of the order, Amira Hondras. I didn't see any changes out to the field. Here's the 1-0.
Correa made an appearance in relief in the first matchup of these 4 straight between the Firebells and the Queens. Couple of innings, couple of hits. She allowed just 1 earned run. A few walks, a wild pitch, no strikeouts.
Also pitched 2 days ago. Closed out the win. 1 in the 3rd, 2 hits, no runs. Andres ahead in the count. Strike 1. Right back to Correa, who gloves and flicks it over to first.
A great snag and just a great job of taking her time. She knew she had the time, plenty of it. That ball was hit hard. Didn't rush the throw over to first base. Great way to start off the 7th.
Monet Davis. Jenna, walk me through what it's like for the Queens in a situation like this. You know, you start out hot, win 3 in a row, now on the brink of losing your 3rd straight, and by a commanding margin in this final game against this Firebells team. You know, what's the way to bounce back? They play again tomorrow.
You try to end strong here, despite the 14-run deficit that you're working with. You try to put quality at-bats together here, even to the very last pitch. That's where it starts.
Popped up, right side of the infield. LeBlanc calls off Correa. There's 2 down.
Short of that, though, what you're trying to do is have that conversation among your players. Eric Young going to have the conversation with them as the manager, as the leader, but that's where the leadership within the team also steps in. Ashton Lansdell, the captain, she's going to get a chance to try to put one of those quality at-bats together right here. But it's the communication that it comes down to. That's on and off the field. And these 3 losses would be to the same team, right? So you have to think about, all right, it's a new opponent, new day tomorrow when they come back to the ball field.
And the team that would be atop the WPBL, not sure how much that makes a difference for, you know, your poise and momentum. Out deep toward right field and off the base of the wall for Lansdowne. The ball skipped in quickly. Play at second base, tag applied, ball game. Skylar Kaplan on a rope to second.
What a relay. The Audis are loving it. You can see great contact here from Lansdell going opposite way. Out of the box, she's thinking, trying to get her team hyped up, but in comes the throw. One hop, beautifully placed, the tag quick. Lansdell fired up. She was trying to get something going here, but you can see just grazes right there from Leguizamon from this angle. And what a way to end it. A great overall team performance for San Francisco.
San Francisco ballooned this lead early, and might I say Peyton Correa has turned into one of the better late game pitchers that the WPBL has seen so far. Through 3 appearances, just 1 earned run over nearly 5 innings. You know, as for the rest of the game, it was a whole lot of Kelsey Whitmore as well. Tonight's Capelli Sport play of the game is Kelsey Whitmore's grand slam, which put the cherry on top.
5 home runs in 2 games for the San Francisco captain. Solo shots, 2-run home runs, 3-run bombs, and finally the cherry on top, the grand salami. She's done a little bit of everything.
Easy to crown her tonight's Dick's Sporting Goods player of the game as well. I say easy. She had 2 home runs tonight. She earned the win on the mound, but there were so many good candidates. Skylar Kaplan got on base 5 times tonight in a 4-for-4 effort, plus that throw from right field, the assist to close out the ball game. Alexia George, she went 4 for 5, her first career home run. She also scored 4 times with 4 runs driven in. And you look at how Eric Young is still chatting with this umpire crew. Janet Thomas was the home plate umpire. Emily Herpick was the field umpire. And I think that Los Angeles had quite a few hiccups with the calls today. They just weren't happy with how it was called, and you could see Eric Young's body language. Let's go down to AJ Andrews out there with Kelsey Whitmore and Alexia George.
I am here with Kelsey Whitmore, Alexia George, both homered today. The energy in the dugout between the Firebells, please explain it. Not just 1 home run, 2 home runs, a grand slam, 2 runs, you being able to work together as a team. What does that momentum look like for the Firebells?
I mean, we're just trying to, you know, put up as many runs as we can, work together as a unit. Mentioned it last night, like we're trying to really work together, all the things, defense, hitting, pitching, and when we could all do that, you know, all at once, that's when we'll be able to win some ball games.
Yeah, I think tonight was a great example of that. You know, the team was we were a team tonight. You know, as we were the nights before, but some nights it clicks different. We work different on the field, from the battery, from every at-bat, team at-bats, right? Especially a lot of 2-out hits. So I think that's pretty big, you know, when it comes to playing as a whole.
Not just as a whole, the offensive production, but as a battery, pitching and catching, Fording's pitch, able to hold the scrappy Queens team to just 2 runs. You talked about the this pitch mentality, Kelsey. When you're on the mound, being able to have that this pitch mentality, what pitch was really working for you tonight?
I'd say like capitalizing on off speed tonight. When I faced them last time, off speed wasn't there, and I wasn't confident in it. And so today it was just like, hey, let's go at them with everything. And they're a great hitting team. So every time we step out there competing against them, we just trying to make sure that we capitalize on one pitch at a time, every inning, every play.
Alexia, calling the balls, the pitches behind the plate, talking about being in sync. What do you notice about Kelsey that really allows you to know that she is really the physical cues to say she has the command she needs today?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it in her eyes, and honestly, when she gets up there, like, she creates this kind of dominance that it's like, she's got it today, and even on her off days, like, she's still going to give you 100%. So, tonight I felt like everything was working really well, and just understanding mid-inning conversations, pre-game conversations that we've had, that's so big on our plan, like what plan we want to attack with that team or another team with pre-game. So having that going into this game is huge, and just learning from each and every game from how we can get better.
What do those pre-game conversations sound like, or even in-game conversations? What are y'all talking about to have the dominance on the mound and behind the plate?
No, honestly, it's just, what are we feeling today? How do we want to approach certain hitters? What's working once she starts getting a feel, and yeah, really just kind of going pitch by pitch, inning by inning. If she comes in the dugout and says, hey, changeup's not working right now, like we kind of go off that and kind of work together as a unit. So,
how much would you say you guys feed off of each other, Kelsey?
I mean, George and I played baseball with each other for a while, and that's helped. And I'm excited that I get this year to actually be able to play with her more, for her to catch me, and have a lot of confidence with her back there no matter what. And and trusting her that whatever pitch she puts down that she wants me to throw, and she can trust me as well if I shake it off. And so I think there's a lot of season left to learn, to grow with our whole staff as a whole. And it's a lot of work being a catcher for 3 games in a week, and so being able to still for her to be able to have the defense and then be able to have the hitting too, that's big time, especially for all of us. So today was definitely a big team win overall.
Before I let you guys go, I have to talk about the home runs, okay? Alexia, your first home run, how did it feel watching that ball go over the fence, you rounding third base? What's going through your mind?
Honestly, it's kind of a funny lead up because I haven't used that bat before. That was the first time I got that bat. My uncle bought it for me. And I was like, nah, I don't want to use it. It's too small. And then all of a sudden, I just kind of go out on a tear, and but that was a mindset shift for me, the past few games, so I just shifted my perspective a little bit, and I knew it was gone off of maybe halfway through the first baseline. I was like, yeah, get out ball, and it did. So it's good. And my family's here tonight, so all out of my family, so it's good to have them here and just experience the moment with me.
Oh, it was a huge moment, not just a home run, but a 3-for-4 day. And then Kelsey, another game, another multi-home run game. What is really clicking for you in the box right now? This pitch mentality that we talked about, but this time in the box, what are you seeing? What are you adjusting to every time you have the performance you're having?
Honestly, just focusing, having mega focus. It's easy, especially when you're pitching. It's easy to come back in and kind of lose focus because it's all right, I gotta go pitch now. And I was getting gassed, I ain't gonna lie. But to be honest, not thinking, just doing. That's been keeping it simple in the box. I think that's been the biggest thing for me. Just keeping it simple, focus, don't think, just do, and have fun with it. Just trust myself.
They're going to need to buy some more home run chains after this performance. Kelsey Whitmore, Alexia George, congratulations on the win and on the amazing performances tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, AJ. If they're buying more home run chains, I got to buy more outfits because our fashionista, AJ Andrews, always looks sharp on the field. Another tremendous day for the Firebells. It's their 3rd straight win. They are now alone atop the WPBL. We have a doubleheader tomorrow. Quick turnaround. Firebells have the early game. And for AJ Andrews, my partner in the booth, Janet Becerra, and our entire championship crew, I'm Max Kelton. It's the San Francisco Firebells 17 and the Los Angeles Queens 3. We will see you back here tomorrow afternoon.